Thanks for staying with us on the 12 report. Now, South Africa's unemployment rate rose to 33.2% in the second quarter of 2025, up from 32.9% in the first quarter, worsening the job crisis, according to statistics, South Africa's latest quarterly labor force survey. Now, about 25 million people are jobless out of a working age population of 41.8 million. Employment declined in 6 of 10 major sectors, with utilities shedding 6,000 jobs despite prior growth from renewables. ActionSA criticized the government of national unity for internal conflicts that have left the economy directionless and struggling. Now, to discuss this further, we are joined by Alan Beesley, a member of the Parliament for ActionSA, who will be giving us more updates on this. Alan, thank you for joining us. Now, I'm quite curious to know, how would you say that the disagreements within government of national unity has affected economic policies?
Yes, excuse me. Good day to your viewers, and thank you so much for having me. So essentially what's happened in the government of national unity, I don't know how they call it a government of national unity, because actually at the moment it's a government of disunity, and the two biggest leading parties in the coalition, you've got the DA and the ANC, and they're constantly at war with each other. You know, the hatred between the two parties is just quite palatable, and one can use an example of a family, you know, where two parents just don't get on, where they're fighting, where they hate each other, and the children are the ones that suffer. And that's what's happening in our country at the moment. The economy is suffering, the unemployed are suffering, and the youth are suffering. You know, it's the youth unemployment, it's even worse than the general unemployment. So it's just two parents who are at war with each other, in complete war with each other, and everybody is suffering as a result of it.
Now, according to ActionSA, what are the best ways to fight unemployment and to boost economic growth?
It comes down to getting the basics right. You know, business is just doing the basics right, and we're facing several issues in our country at the moment. And one is our logistics sectors, where our freight sector, our train sector, has become under huge pressure. It's been faced with massive corruption over the last years, with the state capture, and it's just so expensive to move goods in our country. So if you manufacture goods, to move them anywhere is just so expensive. And then our ports, our two ports, major ports in our country, are probably the worst ports in the world. So I don't know how we can be part of the global market if we can't move goods. The other big issue, so we need to get our logistics right. The other issue is electricity. We've had massive load shedding over the last couple of years. They've stopped that, but the electricity price we faced in this country has been about 35-40% increases in the last 2 years, and that's made many South African businesses uncompetitive. And then the third thing too, which is not easy to overcome, is red tape. There's so much bureaucracy and red tape in trying to run a business in this country that they're actually making it harder to run a business than not. And then also just talking to the youth, we need to empower youth. We need to give youth the opportunities to get access to capital. In South Africa, we have a thing called a BEE, which is Black Economic Empowerment, but it's focusing on the elite, and we need to focus on the youth. You know, transformation in our country in South Africa is imperative, both from a moral and economic growth, but we need to do it from the youth upwards as opposed from the elite downwards. So those are the 4 simple areas that we believe ActionSA will get this economy going.
All right, Member of Parliament for ActionSA, Alan Beesley, thank you for joining us on the news.